Communication, it's really the heart of everything when it comes to our kids. But for so many of us, it just feels like we're hitting a wall, right? A wall of silence, or maybe resistance, or even just constant arguments. Okay, so let's dive into this and figure out how we can bridge that gap and build some seriously stronger bonds.
Does that question hit a little close to home? That feeling that no matter what you say or do, you just can't seem to connect? Well, I want you to know you are so not alone in this. It's a super common challenge, but it's one we can definitely work through together. So, if you're nodding along to any of this, you are in exactly the right place. Maybe you've got a little one who just can't find the words for those huge feelings, or a teenager who's kind of retreated into their own world, or maybe your house just feels like a battlefield of misunderstandings. We're going to break down some strategies that can really start to transform all of that.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to define the problem, what we're calling the communication gap. Then, we'll talk about why this is about so much more than just talking. After that, we'll play detective and decode the silence. Then comes the good stuff, your own communication toolkit. And finally, we'll talk about how to start a totally new kind of conversation. First up, the communication gap. You know that feeling, right? That sense of distance, like you're talking, but you're not really on the same wavelength anymore. That's what we're tackling first. And that gap often exists because real connection is way more than just the words we say. So let's get into why getting this right is, pretty much the foundation of your entire relationship. This really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This isn't just about having fewer fights or a quieter house. It's about literally building the foundation of your child's entire emotional world. And what's so cool is how this all works together in a positive loop. It starts when we really listen. When our kids feel heard, they learn to trust us. That trust, in turn, makes them feel safe. And when they feel safe and understood, their self-esteem gets a huge boost, which gives them the courage to open up and share even more. It's a beautiful cycle. So the big takeaway here is that good communication isn't just some nice-to-have parenting skill. It is absolutely essential. It forges that emotional bond that kids need for healthy development across the board. Okay, so if it's that important, why is it so dang hard sometimes? Why does it all break down? Well, it's time to decode that silence and look at the common roadblocks that trip us up. It usually boils down to a few key things. For teenagers, it's often that natural and actually healthy push for independence. For younger kids, a lot of the time they just don't have the words yet, that emotional vocabulary, to tell you what's going on inside. For kids of any age, it can be as simple as feeling like they just aren't being heard. And, for expat families, trying to juggle different cultural expectations can add a whole other layer of complexity. Oh man, this is a big one. It's probably one of the toughest challenges out there. When your teen just shuts you out, it can feel so personal, so frustrating. But here's the thing. A lot of the time, it's not about you. It's part of their journey of figuring out who they are. The secret is to change our approach. And this right here, this is the secret sauce. It's about shifting our mindset. It's not about forcing them to talk. It's about creating a space where they want to talk. It's about guiding, not controlling. It's about asking questions that can't be answered with a yes or no. Questions that open a door instead of shutting one. Now, this is a huge one, especially for those of you with younger kids. When a child has a meltdown or gives you the silent treatment, it's not always defiance. Think of it this way. Their behavior is their language. They are showing you their big, overwhelming feelings because they literally don't have the words to tell you yet. So, how do we fix this? How do we actually start building those bridges instead of more walls? It's time to get practical. Let's open up the communication toolkit. What we're aiming for here is a real transformation. We want to move away from the one-sided lectures and get to a real two-way dialogue. We want to shift from those arguments that just leave everyone feeling hurt to actually resolving conflict. And we want to turn that feeling of emotional distance into genuine connection and cooperation. Okay, so how do we do it? It really comes down to mastering these 4 core skills. First up, active listening. And I mean really listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Next, helping our kids express their emotions in a safe way. Then, fostering that two-way dialogue. And finally, learning how to handle disagreements in a way that actually builds trust instead of tearing it down. One of the most powerful tools in this kit is something called emotion coaching. And trust me, This is a game changer. Think of yourself as your child's emotional coach. Your job isn't to fix their feelings, but to help them understand them. A super simple way to start is just 2 steps. Step 1, name it. Wow, it looks like you're feeling really frustrated. Step 2, validate it. I get it, that would make me frustrated too. That's it. Just naming and validating can turn a total meltdown into a moment of true connection.
All right, let's bring it all home. This is where we put all the pieces together. This is about starting a brand new kind of conversation and creating real, lasting change in your family.
Now, I gotta be real with you. This isn't an overnight magic trick. It's a journey. But when you apply these strategies consistently, you really can start to see little changes in just a few weeks. The deep, lasting improvements, though, they happen over months as these new ways of talking become second nature. And in the long run, that's how you build that unshakable foundation of trust. And at the end of the day, that's the whole point, right? The goal isn't just to have fewer arguments. It's to strengthen that incredible bond you have and to create a home where your child knows deep in their bones that they are valued, respected, and completely understood for exactly who they are.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. And it doesn't have to be some huge, heavy conversation. Just think, what is one small conversation, one open-ended question, one moment where you can really, truly listen that you can try with your child today?